Hi guys, I'm Dave from Apple Tips and I'm back with a new video. So in today's video we're going to take a look at this Samsung Galaxy A12. So this Samsung Galaxy A12 has a little issue. So if you look at it from the outside you won't see it, but if you tilt it down like this, there we go. The display is falling out of the phone. So that's why in today's video I wanted to glue this display back to its frame. And because this is a pretty time-consuming task, I'm going to quit yapping and let's get started. So just to give you a tip when working with this phone, I recommend you to never forget this step, because if you forget it, you are going to mess up a lot from the phone. So if you work on this phone, I highly recommend you, and it's not just a recommendation, it's something you should do if you work on this phone, is removing the SIM card tray, because if you don't remove the SIM card tray you are going to indeed break the SIM card tray and possibly also the motherboard. After we remove that, we're going to take one of our picks, or if you wanna be more faster, use one of those, even though using one of those is kind of dangerous because you might be able to break some stuff with on this phone. Because I don't want to, I'm not going to use that. I did try, but it's just not something I like. It's my first time working on this model and hopefully I do not mess up anything, because yeah, as you know it happened before. I hate those phones that are held on by these clasps or whatever they're called. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this off camera. Alright, so we removed the back plate. It kinda was pretty hard, not gonna lie. And in order to remove it fully, I'm going to disconnect that, put it aside, and we're going to take our Temu screwdriver and we're going to use this Phillips head one to remove the screws. I think this is the only model of screw in this phone, but we'll have to see. Alright, so we removed the screws from this part. Now I'm going to remove it. Don't really know how, but going to figure it out eventually, hopefully, maybe. Those little shields, plastic shields, are also held on by some clasps or whatever they're called, not just by the screws that they are held on. To remove this one from here too before proceeding to remove the other shield. and because I want to save some space, I am going to not keep the plastic shields on my project mat here. Again, the unnecessary clasp thing. Right, now we're going to disconnect this. Yeah. Also, we're going to disconnect this one. So yeah, this should... Yeah, I managed to remove the display. I'm going to put this one aside as well. And so I want to glue the display back on the frame, and that will require us to remove everything from there. Hopefully I don't forget the orientation of those. I will figure it out eventually, even though. This, I think this is the brain of the phone, aka the motherboard. Oh, one more black guy right here holding it. Pretty unusual thing to do by Samsung. Another black screw there. Now, so let's remove the subboard. For those of you who don't know what a subboard is, it's basically the charging port assembly, which I don't really know why they needed to glue it. I don't know if I should remove the battery as well, even though it might help us. I'll be back after I remove the battery because I don't want to mess it up. So I managed to remove the battery in one piece, which is very nice, and that's thanks to the isopropyl alcohol, the 99% one. That's the best made to the phone repair technician, because if you want to remove the battery in one piece, just like how I did, and do not break it and do anything to it, you have to use isopropyl alcohol. And in past teardowns, in my past teardowns from 1 year or so, I've ran off the isopropyl alcohol and I did bend some batteries, and now because I have isopropyl alcohol again, I'm very happy I don't have to deal with that. Now let's get back to our job, and for that, this is the best way I can glue back the display to the frame at the moment, using the T7000 and some rubber bands. So let's get into it. I'm going to firstly remove every residue of glue from here. I'm going to quickly do it time-lapse. Done cleaning, now it's time to glue it back. I know I said before that I'm going to do the classic rubber band technique. Sorry for what just happened. Yeah, I just said that I'm going to use the rubber band technique, but that's something that's not going to happen, because I think I found a better solution. So I am going to use the T7000, and instead of sealing it with rubber bands, I'm going to use those. That I'm going to place them on the phone so it will press down on the display. And I'm going to use this one because the rubber band technique makes a big mess in my studio. So let's open up our T7000 and let's apply just a little bit on the end of the frame, just like that. I think I placed a lot more than I should have on there, which is not that big of a deal because more should mean better. And I'm using the T7000 and not the B8000 because the B8000, in my opinion, it's a weaker glue than this one. Kind of looks really uniform if you ask me. Now the worst part just came. I have to, have to oh, it wasn't that bad after all. Now I'm just pressing it firmly using my hands. This video is my first time filming a video in 2 days because today I'm just gluing the phone and tomorrow I will be showing you the results. And I know I'm messing up the screen right now, it looks so messy, but trust the process, it will look 1,000 times better tomorrow. This might be the worst decision I've took in this repair to press it on my magnetic mag, because I've just right now think I've glued it enough. Now I'm going to take our first one. This is a 500 gram one. Another 500 gram on the bottom here. More light press, and a 1 kilogram one right here. And I think this way it's way more uniform than if I used a rubber band technique. These are just some improvisations, and I'm not sure if I pronounced that word well, but anyways. I am pressing on it, And yeah, I think I've pressed enough. Perfect. Now I'm going to leave this overnight and see you tomorrow. Alright, so it's the next day. Let's quickly remove the weights. And the phone now should be perfectly glued. And that seems to be the case here. Now I'm going to take those gel polish remover, I don't know, something for nails, and I'm going to use them to remove residue of glue off the screen, which seems to work just fine. And as you can see, the display looks a lot better after the cleaning. Just how I told you yesterday that I ruined it with the glue, I just showed you that is it possible to make it clean again. Now, so going to do it a little bit on the sides here, because yeah, I need a new one. Because every time when I fix a phone, I want to make it as good, as new, and as beautiful as possible, to look just like it was from the factory. Alright, so I'm done cleaning. Just for quick cleaning it better, I'm going to put some isopropyl alcohol on this and wipe it with it, just to remove every single residue of glue, because I want it to look as good as possible. Alright, so I'm done with it. Now it's time to reassemble it. And wait a second, I want to bring here my testing equipment, which is just my power bank and a USB amp meter, because we'll need it later, just to be sure I did not break anything in the phone. First of all, I'm going to place this here, which is the charging port assembly. I'm going to connect this to the little display connector. There are two display connectors, two of them. And perfect. Then I'm going to place the battery here. Just first I have to place the motherboard, I'm sorry, just for me to test the display. I'm also going to connect the battery back. This is just a little test. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take my power bank here, the Anker Mag Go. This is my power bank that I use at the moment, and I'm going to connect an USB hub. Then I'm going to connect the amp meter. And and I have to go through my huge cable box in order to find a suitable cable to test this phone, which I've just done. Now I'm going to connect the USB end to the amp meter and the USB-C end to the phone that we're testing. And it seems to take power and the display seems to be fully working. I am going to take it out just for the moment and put this aside. And now I'm going to flip it over and disconnect the battery again. And now it's time to screw everything back in. I'm done screwing in the down part and removing the residue of the battery, so the battery glue, and now it's time to glue back the battery. And I'm going to use my double-sided tape adhesive. And for that I will need my knife here. That, for those of you who watched this channel before, you know that I use this knife for unboxings, and also I use it to cut adhesive strips for when I replace batteries. I've placed it in and I'm going to get the thing back and plug the phone back in, and it seems to be still working just fine. And if you want to know, and I'm warning you from now, I will be testing it at least 3 more times from now. Now I am going to glue it. Also, I think I need one more adhesive strip because I just want to be extra careful and to be sure that I'm actually gluing it properly. Also, I'm going to actually put 2 more. Alright, I'm going to place my knife there, I'm going to put that there, and let's remove the white thing. And I'm done putting the battery back in, and now I am going to plug all the connectors back, which are the battery connectors and the display. I also forgot to mention I have to put the camera back in, cameras, because there are more. Don't be fooled by the existence of 4 cameras in this phone. They are still bad quality. And now it's time for me to screw everything back in. Now every component is back in the phone. Quickly, I'm going to test it one more time. And we see that it's perfectly working. Going to flip it back over. And now it's time for the last part, which is the back casing, the housing of the phone. And I've connected the fingerprint sensor, and now we're going to clip everything back in, just like it came out of the factory. Which is perfect. Quickly, one more testing. Now let's also boot it on the phone. Try to boot on the phone. And yeah, it seems to be working, and yeah, there we go, it's booting. We're going to wait for it to boot. There we go, the phone is now on. I'm going to quickly put the SIM card tray back in, and the phone is completely working. Testing every function. Not every function, basic ones. It works. So, this was pretty much it. If you like what you saw in this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the Apple Tips channel, and share this video with your friends and family. It will be really helpful to me. And as always, thanks a ton for watching. I'll see you in the next one.